All right, what's up, familia? Welcome inside or outside. Look where I'm at, man. The nice skies, the trucks behind me. Welcome to the truck stop. Hope you guys are doing good. Keep in between the lines. Got your load secure. All right, man. I got my man, Vic Med, back on here. Vic, how you doing, brother?
Can't complain, cannot complain. Yes, I can. There's not enough work.
Yeah, I guess everybody, you know what? Everybody can complain, but the thing is, for what, right? Why?
Hey,
You can always find something to complain about, but hey, why? I've always said it's all about solutions, not problems, man. No problems, only solutions.
there you
But
go.
before we get rolling on that, Vic, hey, let's talk a little bit about that, homie. How is business right now for you?
It's ugly. It is ugly. I don't know what the hell happened to the freight, but I mean the freight is it's pretty bad right now. We're going on maybe say a week, maybe 2 weeks, where the freight has been pretty bad. It's pretty low. Even in the ports, I had to pull my two drivers that were in the ports because they I was only able to move them maybe 4 days out of the week, and
Okay.
that's not something good.
Okay, so it's the amount of loads, it's not the pay rate that's low?
The pay is low. The pay hasn't really moved as far as dry freight. They're still trying to pay us the same kind of rates.
Mm.
But you know, I'm 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 a I'm a little pushy when it comes to the rates, so I try to push the brokers for more money because the fuse up the yin yang. But yeah, they're still trying to push the same kind of rates.
Okay, okay, but is there a lot of loads going out or not as much? It's slowed down, that's
Not
slowed down.
not right now. It's slowed down dramatically.
Really? Wow. Okay, okay. Wow, that's a little bit of a scary situation, man. Um, how are you dealing with it?
I'm struck. Well, I'm not struggling. I'm calling more people now. I'm reaching out to brokers that haven't dealt with in a while. So I'm everywhere right now. I'm trying to keep these guys moving, which I have been able to keep them moving.
Okay. All right, that's a good thing, man. That's a positive thing to hear, man. You gotta do what you gotta do to keep the wheels turning, homie. Damn, it can get rough out there. That's for damn sure, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Man, wow. Well, hopefully things definitely get better. Hopefully things
Hey,
definitely get better because yeah, those fuel prices. Hey, about those fuel prices. Have they kind of leveled out for the diesel or is it still kind of jumping up and down every week, man?
hey, there ain't nothing changed. Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. I mean, it's gone down, a few pennies, but
Mhm.
that thing has not changed at all. So yeah, it's pretty bad still, bro. It is still pretty bad.
Yeah, I saw there for a minute. It was like it go down 5 cents, and then 2 days later it go up 10 cents, and it was just like a nice little roller coaster, man. So I'm like, dang, it's kind of hard to make your correct calculations when the diesel prices keep jumping up and down or up and up and up slowly to see like, hey, man, okay, let me put all my expenses together to see what the outcome's going to be. But if the fuel prices just keeps moving around then you can't really get a good handle on it. But hey, Vic, so man, a couple of people were asking me, and I don't really know too much about this. So I thought I'd ask you.
Yeah.
Lease to own program. I've watched a couple of videos on this. There's a couple of people out there saying that these are scams. people are really getting scammed. I know somebody that told me like, hey man, you know, they did me dirty. I got scammed. You know, I know somebody else that went through it and said like, you know what, it wasn't what I thought it was gonna be. I ended up just letting the truck go. So in a way, I guess he said he lost some money, but not, you know, he wasn't saying like, oh, I got scammed. But he ended up just letting the truck go. They took it back, you know, so be it. Vic, how do these lease to own programs go?
Well, first of all, let me say something. I started as a lease on owner operator. That's the way I started, you know, and I've grown my little business, you know, doing that. This is the way it works. There's a couple of contracts that are out there for lease to own programs. The first one is you're gonna sign a contract that you're gonna stay with that truck until that truck is paid off. And sometimes there's a balloon payment at the end of your contract. It could be for, you know, $10 to $4,000, you know. And that contract is going to stipulate it is not a walk away lease. Them contracts are the contracts you don't want to sign unless you are satisfied where you're at, you like the company, you know the people, you know that they have freight and the freight is not going to slow down for you, then, you know, that's a good contract for you. But if you're a new person trying to get into the industry, that is not a good contract. What you want to sign a contract that says, that stipulates on the contract, it's a walk away contract. Okay, so what that means is you sign on the dotted line, you go get your truck, you know, you agree to all your payments, your monthly payments, your weekly payments, all your deductions. But if you're not satisfied with the company or, you know, how they're managing your truck, you can just walk away from your truck and nothing happens. Them are the kind of contracts that, you know, people need to look at, because these other contracts, them are the ones that are going to stick you. You think you might just be walking away from that truck when you signed a contract that says this is not a walk away lease contract. You think you're just going to walk away from it. You're not. That company's going to go after you. Your credit score is going to look, you know, sideways, upside down, in all kinds of ways. So that's not the kind of contract you want to sign.
Okay, so all right. So if it's not a walk away contract, the companies, they go after you for what? To pay off the truck? Really?
They want their money. On all them contracts, it stipulates on them contract. If you walk away a year after your contract, you owe so much. 3 years, you owe so much. And some don't even stipulate it. Some just say, look, this is not a walk away contract. So guess what? You're stuck with that amount that you owe on that truck. And like I said, if you think you're just going to walk away from it, no, your credit's going to look all jacked up, because that company, they're going to go after you with everything they have for their money.
Okay, so, all right, let's see if we could get this clear. Okay, so then the truck is yours, or is it that there's some sort of fee to walk away from the truck? Are you paying like that? Are they saying like, no, you cannot walk, this truck is yours? Or is it, okay, it's not a walk away contract, you don't need to buy the truck, but there is this major fee that you need to pay us? Is that what it is?
The truck is not yours until you pay it off. Until that contract is fulfilled, then the truck is yours. But during the contract period, the truck belongs to the company still. Okay. Now, if you successfully complete the whole contract, some contracts, this is where they get people. They have balloon payments at the end of the contract. Like I said, it could be for $35 or it could be for $4,500. You know, that's why I say do not sign on a no walk away lease. Them no walk away leases are they're bad. They're bad all the way around. You can grow, but if the company's not good, if they're not treating you guys good, you can't walk away with it. I mean, you can't walk away.
How, to the best of your knowledge, how many of these contracts are non-walkaway leases?
I don't know. I don't know, Cholo. I know
Yeah.
the one I jumped on, it was a walkaway contract. And I mean, I paid it off and I grew with this company. Uh, I don't know if they're allowed to let me say it, but I'm gonna say it anyways. Hub Group. They let me grow with them, and it was pretty good because the contract stipulated is a walkaway contract. So what I did is I talked to the manager and I said, hey, can I go get another truck and lease it onto your company, and you guys run that truck? I didn't have to dispatch it. I didn't have to do nothing. You know, they were going to dispatch it, and they told me, yeah, go get another truck. So I went, did the finance part, got approved, and then I called the company Hub Group and I told them, hey, I got a truck. And they told me send us the specs on the truck. We'll put it under the insurance and go to the office, get the placards, put it on your truck. And that was it. So there is some good lease on contracts out there. It's just you have to read them. You want to get contracts that are walk away contracts. You don't want to get locked in with a company with a contract that stipulates this is not a walk away contract.
Yeah. The only thing I can think of is when I first started trucking, right? I was hauling dirt, bottom dumps. I was an owner operator, and I remember this company. They had some really good, newer, nice trucks.
Mm.
And what they were doing is that they started selling some of their trucks to the company drivers, right? And they even offered it to owner operators because in that line of trucking, it's rare that you see nice, good new trucks, especially back then. You know, all the regulations, especially here in the state of California, was not what it was today. So back then, you had all these shot out trucks, man. Mine as well. You know, mine as
Yeah.
well. My truck was just shot out, man. But man, I love that truck. I got a lot. I got a lot of love for that truck. Not that I love, like I still want to be driving it today. That's not what I mean. I just got a lot of love for that truck. But and I remember when my truck broke down, and I remember a lot of guys buying trucks right from that company. And I was owner operator, but I was pulling for them. So you would pay the 20% for the trailer, 5% for the broker. And the deal was that, yeah, you're buying the truck from them, and they would charge you right off the top anywhere from $1,000 to $1,500 a month, right, for the truck payment. Now, mind you, this is like 19 years ago, right? So the inflation, the dollar value doesn't match up to what it is today. Back then, it meant a lot more.
Right.
So I was just thinking, I'm like, man, okay, because I thought about it for a minute. I was like, man, okay, $1,500, then the insurance, then the diesel. And I was just kind of calculating. I'm like, man, I'm not really sure if it's really worth it, especially if something really goes wrong. So, Vic, with these lease to own, right? Are you making enough money, because you are paying payment for the truck as well? So it's not like you own the truck and it comes to you and you just make your calculations. Okay, like I got to put so much aside for the truck in case anything happens, tires, whatever it may be, insurance, diesel, all this stuff. What about the payment for the truck, Vic? Are you coming out on top, making some pretty good credit here?
Well, this is the thing. A lot of people see it just the way you said it. Your payment is $1,500. But you got to remember, the company's not going to take out $1,500 in one whop. The company breaks it down within 4 weeks. So I just did the math right now. If your monthly payment on that truck was 1,500 times divided by 4, that's $375 a week that you're paying, bro. So you're not paying the whole 1,500. That's what scares a lot of people, is the numbers. But you have to break it down. No company is gonna take 1,500 in one whop. That's not the way it works. So 375 a week. Your insurance is probably gonna be, let's add it up with you. Let's say 175. That's big numbers. Say you spend in a week $800 in fuel. What else you got? What'd you say? Trailer?
Yeah, because I mean, you are paying the the broker and the hauling for pulling the trailer. Yes.
Okay, trailer. Let's say they charge you $100 for the trailer a week. 5% to the broker. Let's say that's another $300. You're looking to give up $1,375 a week. That's what you're giving up. Now, are you making money? Yeah, you're making money, bro. You're making money. Now,
Yeah.
if you sit there and pick and choose what loads you're gonna get as a leased on owner operator, that's where a lot of people wreck.
Okay.
So you need to be specific with your dispatcher or whoever's running your truck. Look, I like to run like this. I like to go here and I like to go there.
Yeah, the company was paying once a month, as owner operator. So I'm glad I didn't do it because it just got me out of that type of trucking. And shout outs to everybody who's doing bottom dumps. It's just I wouldn't want to do that. I mean, look, if I have to, for whatever reason, if I have to, I have to. But I wouldn't want to go back to that, man. So yeah, I was like, nah, no, I don't know, man. And somebody told me, like, you're not really making too much money. Yeah, you're gonna be making some feria, but you're not making too much money like you think you would be. Especially in that line of business, where it's construction. So when it rains, you don't work.
So how much money do you expect as a leased on owner operator to make?
That's a good question, Vic. What should somebody expect to be making with the lease? Because when you lease it, the company deals with everything, right? You yourself are not dealing with everything personally. They're the ones dealing with everything, and they just deduct it from you. Is that the way it works?
Yep.
Okay. And along with the truck payment, I mean, what is some good rates for somebody to be leasing to own?
Well, again, this comes within what kind of work you want to do. You want to do port, you want to do dry van, would you want to do flatbed? At the time when I was leased on to Hub Group, we were doing containers out of the rail. And I don't know if you ever done containers out of the rail, but that is the cheapest industry that you can get into when it comes to trucking. The cheapest. I don't care what anybody says. They're going to switch the numbers around just to look attractive to the drivers, just to recruit drivers. But they are the cheapest rates that you can get. And I got into it because I was offered the opportunity of getting my own rig. I did the rail for about maybe, I say a month. I was driving a owner operator's truck. And I did it for a month. And, I was bringing home, I think it was like $1,100, $1,500 if I pushed hard enough, working for an owner operator, just getting a percentage of the load. But, I was pushing. So I said, you know what? Since this opportunity is laid out to me on the table, let me take it. Let me see if I can do this. So I jumped in, and I think I was bringing home from 18 to 2,200.
Okay.
And I was pushing. I was pushing hard. But again, rail is the cheapest rates that you're gonna get. Rails is just, I think rail work is for an older dude that has no bills. Maybe him and his wife, they've already paid off the house, the cars, what have you. But that's not a job for you and I, that's for sure. That is not a job for you and I.
Right, right. Yeah, I've heard of the rails, but there's a lot of work for that, is there not?
Well, that's another thing with the rail. The rail picks up and then it's got its season where it just dies completely.
Okay.
And it dies worse than any other industry, than flatbed, reefer, van,
Wow.
port. Yeah, it dies real bad.
Wow. All right, Rick, so these lease to own contracts, are they complicated? Do you need to have somebody look at it for you? Are they that complicated, man, where they could just kind of trick somebody and just goes over their head?
Mhm. My best advice to anybody that's gonna do a lease contract is talk to some of them leased on contractors that are with that company. That's the best thing you can do. I mean, yeah, it's a few pages, on the contract, but the main thing is you just have to know if it's a walkaway lease. If it's a walkaway lease, it's a beautiful contract.
Okay.
We have that contract, and my guys can walk away anytime they want to walk away. I have one guy that he worked for us for a year, and he said, "You know what, Victor, I want to buy this truck right here, the one I'm driving." I told him that's cool. Yeah, we can do that. We gave him the contract. He signed it. I think he was with us for 4 or 5 months later. He got an opportunity to run this hub for Amazon, and so he told me about it. And he had what did he have? I think he had like 18 or 19,000 saved up.
Mhm.
And he told me, Victor, I know I signed the contract, let me kick you down some feria. And I told him, you know what? You got an opportunity to do better, man. Just go, man. So just make sure if you're going to sign a contract, it's a walk away lease.
Okay. All right. And do you recommend still having a mechanic look at the truck, just like when you're buying it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Just because it's a lease contract doesn't mean that that company has inspected that truck or had a mechanic look at it. No, you always take a mechanic with you, Mando.
Are you still somewhat of a company driver when you're leasing to own these trucks?
Well, I mean, that's the bad thing is that when you sign a contract, some of these contracts stipulate you cannot drive for anybody else but me.
Mm, mm.
And that's what kind of messes it up. And again, it's kind of like it's a double-edged sword, because if you go work with somebody else and you're under somebody else's labels on your truck, right? And God forbid something happens, you get into an accident or what have you, and this company doesn't know that you're hauling for this company, then it's kind of messed up. Now, if you let that company know, hey, I'm going to haul for this guy, because there's a process, you have to be insured with that company in order to haul for that company. I can't just come to Cholos Trucking and say, hey, let me haul your freight. No, it doesn't work that way. You got to call your insurance broker or your insurance company, have them send an insurance policy over to Cholos Trucking, so your name will be on that insurance policy. If not, then I can't haul your freight. But if these guys go about it and don't tell the company, and they just go haul for Victor's Trucking without that insurance policy, then there's an issue. So that's why they have these contracts that say you can't haul for nobody else but me.
Right.
My contracts do not stipulate that. My contracts stipulate if you need to haul for somebody else, you need to let us know so we can put that company, that broker under our insurance policy.
Okay. Okay, but not everybody rolls like that. A lot of times you say, that's it, you're here with us until you're done paying this off.
Which
Okay,
is cool, Cholo, if they're gonna keep you rolling.
right,
If they're gonna, I mean, that should be every company's goal. If you're gonna sell your truck, keep that driver happy.
mhm,
Keep them wheels rolling, you know, so he can make some money, put some money in his pocket for that breakdown on that truck, you know. But you know, it's both ways. Sometimes the companies, you know, they're anal, and sometimes the driver's anal, you know. So
yeah.
it's pretty bad both ways.
Yeah, I got you, man. I got you, homie. Well, you know what? Ultimately, when it comes to lease to own, Vic, is it something that you recommend? I mean, obviously, it just can't be a yes and a no. You know, there's certain things that you really need to look at. But do you ultimately, do you think it's a good program, Holmes?
I think it is. I think it
Okay.
is. Especially if it's a walkaway lease, I think
Mhm.
it is. Because if it's a good company, you can do exactly what I did. I grew. I went and bought another truck.
Right.
And for somebody that has one truck, has no experience on dispatching, has no experience on getting freight, it's the best way to start it.
Right. Right. But like how you always say, talk to drivers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Talk to drivers. Yes. So anybody watching, talk to drivers, get info from them, especially for the company that you're looking at to, lease to own. And thanks for the clutch. I never knew the difference of the contracts of walk away or the non-walk away, man. But man, okay, that's definitely something to look out for. So definitely look at your contracts if you're looking to do this. And like Vic always says, talk to other drivers. You
Yeah.
gotta start conversations. Hey man, let me talk to you for a bit. Bam, and just see what it's like, man. So
I
hey,
know I know one guy that went and leased on with a big company. I believe it was Crest.
okay.
He did it for I think it was 6 months.
Mhm.
This fool you just signed, and you know, he thought it was gonna be oh good after that, you know. 6 months later, he just decided to walk away because he didn't want to be OTR. So he
Yeah.
called me up and he said, "Hey Victor, I want to do some local work, man. You have any local work? You have a truck available?" And I told him, "Yeah." So when he came down, I mean, I talked to him. I said, "What happened?" He gave me the rundown, and I go, "So they just let you walk away like that?" He goes, "Yeah." I said, "Oh, okay." So after a month that he worked for me, he finally called me up one day and he told me they jacked up my credit. They want so many thousands of dollars from me, but I ain't paying them jack. So so look at your contract, people. Look at your contract. If it's not a walkaway lease, do not sign that contract, man, because you will be paying up the wazoo if you don't look at that contract.
Oh man, that's crazy. Yeah, I've seen quite a few different videos about drivers getting done dirty, but maybe it's just that they're not really paying attention to what they're signing and what they're getting onto, what they're signing on to, and really being educated on the situation. And I look, everybody's out there to make some money. And yeah, if you walk in and they see that, you're not really educated on the situation, yeah, they might just put a contract in front of you and just say like, hey, look, this means that or whatever, and you could sign on to it, and bam, there it is. They got you. So, man, you know what? Definitely something to think about. I've seen it a lot, lease to own, and I always kind of thought about it, and I'm like, I wonder what those programs are about. I've heard a lot of bad things about it. I've heard some good things about it. So, um, but basically,
Cholo,
Vic,
I don't think a company's gonna put a contract like that in front of you, bro.
okay,
I don't think there's companies out there saying, you know, let's stick it to this dude because he smells bad or anything. I don't think there's companies like that, bro. I think all the companies have their contracts. Now, if you don't know what you're signing, then that's on you. Drivers are not being done dirty. They're not. It's either the dispatcher's not getting along with the driver or the driver's not getting along with the dispatcher, but it's not the company, bro. It's just personalities that are clashing. And some of these people, they just don't know how to get over that. Oh, he talks to me like I'm a dumbass. Well, because you're doing some dumbass stuff. That's why,
I hated my dispatcher, Janine. I still remember her name to this day, and it was many years ago. I hated her, man. I hated her. No, I got you, Vic. You're right, man. I got you. Yeah, it's just basically just check it all out, man. And I always like what you say. Talk to other drivers that are doing that stuff. And with that, Vic, do they now they want to keep you busy, right? Now, you're somewhat of an owner operator, but at the same time, you're somewhat not of an owner operator. So as an owner operator, you could just take time off if you like, right? You're just like, just take. Is that the same with this? If you're leasing to own, I mean, you're not making money, so I don't recommend it. But is it the same here where it's just like, well, it's my truck, sort of. I just want to take some time off.
Yeah, you can do that. But
Okay.
the next week you just, you got to push. I mean, nowadays you can't push, because of, all these rules and regulations that FMCSA has put on us, what is it, 10 hours? You have to sleep. I don't know one truck driver that needs 10 hours of sleep. You freaking morons. There's no freaking such thing, truck drivers need 2 hours and let's go, let's do this, but that's these people behind the desk that, they need 10 hours of sleep, but we don't. But anyways, back then, you took a week off, you came back the following week and you pushed and, you were good. But, as a leased on owner, you could do the same thing. Of course, you're going to be behind on $375 of, your payment on your previous week and your insurance and, your trailer, which is, close to what, $700? You can make that. That's not a problem.
Man. All right. Hey, Vic, before we get out of here, brother, anything else that you want to throw out there, man? I know there's truckers out there that, struggling if these loads, what you were telling me earlier, that sounds a little bit scary, man. But anything you want to throw out there, Carnan, before we wrap it up?
Just keep grinding, man. Keep grinding. Don't give up. If you're slow on freight right now, just keep looking. There's freight out there. You can find it. If I'm finding it, you can find it as well. Just keep grinding and drive safe out there. That's all.
All right, man. Just keep it between them lines, driver. So that's where we're gonna end it, familia. As always, live your life like you're on the road. Be aware of your surroundings and always keep a safe distance. Blood makes you live, but loyalty makes you family. Until next time, this is Ed the Total Trucker from my man, Mr. Vic Med. Over and out.